and welcome to Issues from Twitter. This time we'll be looking at Sahara Reporters, headline here at Sahara Reporters. By the way, if you want us to discuss anything from Twitter that you would like us to discuss, please just tag me with the hashtag Issues from Twitter, so that we'll look at it, look them up, and critically analyze them here. So on this the headline, it says two ruling official APC NG members injured over power tussle in Lagos as aggrieved faction threatened to work against party. So and it goes on to when you go in, it says two members of the All Progressive Congress have been injured after violence broke out over a power tussle in the Surulere area of Lagos State. Sahara reporters gathered that the power tussle between the members of the Koka Aguda chapter of the party degenerated into a brawl after some members accused the party leadership of hijacking political powers and position. The aggrieved camp said the crisis has continued to linger despite efforts by the party's leadership in the state to find a lasting solution to it. A petition written to the APC leadership in the state reads, "The party leadership in Lagos State set up a reconciliatory committee across the three senatorial districts of Lagos State sometime in July 2021. The committee for our senatorial district, Lagos Central, was headed by Price Rabiu Oluwa, and the secretary of the committee was the current chairman of the party, Honorable Cornelius Ojelabi. After hearing from both parties, the committee appealed to all the aggrieved party members and charged us to ensure we work for the success of the party in the 2021 local government election in our LCDA, a directive which we all followed to the letter. As directed by the party leadership during the reconciliatory committee meeting, we agreed." Just hold on for a moment now. Hold on, please. We agreed and worked for the success of APC in the last local government election, but alas, we were shortchanged again by the power brokers in Koka Aguda LCDA. We later realized that we had been randomly deceived and tossed around by different categories of leadership we met towards resolving the political logjam in Koka Aguda LCDA APC. The leaders ranging from Prince Tajuddin Oluyole Olusi, Honorable Pastor Cornelius Ojelabi, Chief D.O. Adene Khan, Honorable Abayomi Daramola, among others. This is quite long. I'm reading the page, but I just need to read it all before we start look at the issues. Party leaders at this enviable position have not been able to resolve our matters amicably. Rather, Honorable Abayomi Daramola has always been thwarting our efforts no matter how good we saw it. The aggrieved parties accused one Alhaji Omobolanle Akinyemi Obe of leading talks to brutalize party members who are not in her camp. Oh, that's Alhaja, not Alhaji, who are not in her camp. And that's what I always say. When it comes to violence is not gender-based. Violence is actually power-based. It's all about people who think they have the upper hand. They met at violence. It's really neutral, and most of when you see one gender, because that gender has more power, and the society allows them to get away with it. So this one Alhaja Omobolanle Akinyemi Obe the accuser of leading talks to brutalize party members who are not in a camp, and now they say led to the hospitalization of two members of the party. On two different occasions, Alhaja Omobolanle Akinyemi Obe has sponsored political talks to attack party members and inflict various degrees of injuries on them in the process. And they talked about one of the incidents in the presence of party leaders and members where the talks terribly injured one Sunday Olani Pekun, former councillor of Irone Sanya Ward. Another was at the Acme office of our party in the presence of Honorable Pastor Cornelius Ojelabi, Honorable Abayomi Daramola, Honorable Lateef Ibirogba, etc. Party members were terribly injured also. But alas, these state leaders could not even come out to sympathize with us, except Honorable Lateef Ibirogba. They added, the aggrieved members vowed to work against the party in the 2023 elections at the state and federal levels if swift intervention is not made. As dedicators that as we are as members of APC, we can't fold our hands at this critical stage of our political lives and watch our political efforts being jeopardized by those who are concerned with hijacking of political powers and position. The crisis has eaten deep into the party structure in the LCDA, such that APC impending electoral loss in the 2023 general election is seemingly inevitable. They said, typical Nigeria, such a long read that I have to do. But this is always the typical Nigerian thing. It's always about positions and power, position and power. People look at political power not as avenue to serve, but more avenue of what is a need for us. And you always find all of these causes going on. You have crisis here, and you know, all of this violence being meted at, you find that a lot of people are not talking about them. They rather concentrate and be calling other party supporters violent, when we're seeing people who are unleashing mayhem on others, grievous bodily harm, and all of that, and nothing is really being said about it. Election, it shouldn't be a do or die affair, but unfortunately in Nigeria it is for politicians, because most of them, that's their only means of sustenance. They live off of it. They don't have businesses. Politics is their business. They always wait for one position or the other, and we've had these places where party faithfuls, party loyalists and everything are always being rewarded by jobs. They are giving all of these assets that even when they are not deserving of it. So people have this feeling that, oh, political participation, when you campaign and everything, then it's a way for you to be given reward, and this reward comes either in the form of contract or in the form of position or in the form of one thing or the other. We need to stop all of these things, and we need to begin to have politics of people who are there, who are the people that need the job or the position or whatever, are the ones who get it, not just you getting it because you campaign for a party or because you were there. And like personally, I see some people who are like, oh, you know, Aisha should be made minister because she's supporting Obi. I'm like, really? No. Why is that a criteria? I'm supporting him because he is a candidate I want to support. It has nothing to do with anything, and it shouldn't be a matter of, because I've seen some people that, oh, they will be so disappointed if Obi gets into office and he doesn't make me a minister. First and foremost, I don't want to be a minister. Honestly, I'm not ready to. That's one thing I've always categorically said. I'm never going to work for anybody by the grace of God. Come and be minister and be doing yes and no. I can't even do that. Wake up in the morning and be going to office. I'm too lazy for that. I would rather hold you accountable, tell you this is what you're doing wrong. This is what you should do better. This is what I think you should do better, and let you know what is it from the people, how the people are feeling. So let's remove this mentality of always assuming that because we are either party members or because we've campaigned or because we've worked for somebody, then there's a job that needs to be given, there's a reward that needs to be given. No, there's no reward there. It's you doing your own bit. You're taking on some of your responsibilities and just being an active citizen, and whether you're campaigning or doing one thing or the other for the person. But at the end of the day, we need to call on the major parties. Election is not a war. Election is not a do or die affair. They should sheath their swords and stop the fighting. We've not even gone into campaigns. Blood are already being shed. Enough of that. We don't want that kind of politics. That is what has led us to the blood that we see flowing in our country today and the lives that are being wasted. That's not the way it should be. We must ensure that we are all coming together to work for the good of Nigeria and not just for the good of ourselves or our pockets. Thank you. This has been Issues from Twitter. Bye.